Good evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We are going to take the next 15 minutes and take a detailed look at your forecast. We continue with a weather impact alert, and we're getting more rain here in the Triangle. This view courtesy of Patrick Vaughn. Lots of clouds, and the most important thing right now is right there. The temperatures continue to stay flat. They have not decreased, and we've been watching the news all afternoon with great interest, because it's all about the temperature now, because we obviously are going to have the rain. The big question is, do we get down to freezing here in the Triangle? It's going to be close, so icing it will be quite limited from I-10 southward. If anything, it's going to be mainly up towards the lakes area, as we've been saying all along. So again, we think the best icing due to freezing rain will continue to occur north of Silsbee, up towards the lakes area, with up to maybe a third, maybe some isolated higher amounts up towards the lakes area. And that's where we're really going to be concerned with the potential for power outages. Precipitation will be ending 9 a.m. Sunday, so this will be out of here pretty quick. So there's a very small window where we just get down to freezing here in the Triangle for maybe 2, 3, possibly 4 hours, and then it will be lifting on off towards the north and east. Then that opens the door to 2 cold nights coming up on Monday and Tuesday mornings. Again, a weather impact alert for freezing rain coming up tomorrow morning, and then very cold weather conditions, pipe busting weather on Monday and Tuesday morning. So again, as we've been saying all along, freezing rain, main concern up towards the lakes area, and again, a third of an inch up there, maybe some isolated higher amounts, but some areas south of Beaumont may not see much. Winnie, back over to LaBelle, say over towards Port Arthur, Mid-County may not see much, a couple hundreds at most, if that. But again, it's always been about the lakes area. So again, nothing has changed on the warnings. Still ice storm warnings for Hardin, Tyler, Jasper, Newton counties, and then a winter weather advisory along I-10 in North Jefferson County back over into Orange County. So we have refined our ice accumulation due to the potential of those temperatures staying up. And again, as we've been saying, the worst of the ice would be up towards the lakes area with minimal icing here in the Triangle. And again, you can see very little here in the Triangle, maybe hundredths of an inch, a tenth of an inch along the I-10 corridor, if that. It's the other side of Lumberton, really, that we start getting into problems with maybe some isolated power outages, and especially up towards the lakes area. This is where we're most concerned with scattered power outages. Newton, Kirbyville, Jasper, other side of Buna, north of Kuntz and back over towards Woodville, Warren, Coleman Hill. This is the area that is going to see the most significant icing, and also the potential for power outages, and of course treacherous driving up that way. So that will continue to be designed, and we will continue to update this graphic and the forecast as we head towards overnight and tomorrow morning. We're going to be here pretty much all night. May take a nap, but anyway, as you can see, once you get to about a quarter of an inch of ice, that's when you start getting into power outages. It's just going to be more nuisance here in the Triangle, particularly along the interstate, and I think the interstate's going to be fine across southeast Texas. So it's really north of Beaumont, as we've been saying, up towards the lakes area, where there is a moderate impacts there because of the ice on roadways and power lines, with very little impact here in the Triangle. So that's where we're at right now. And again, no changes on the cold weather advisories. We're expecting wind chills Monday morning into the low to mid teens in the lakes, and into the mid to upper teens coming up in the Triangle on Monday morning. And then the extreme cold weather, it looks like Monday morning we'll see upper teens in the lakes to low to mid 20s in the Triangle. Now there could be some ice still left on the ground up in the lakes area Monday morning. Probably not here in the Triangle because of the dry air evaporating or licking up what is on the ground. But again, I think there's going to be enough to where it's going to be an issue coming up Monday morning, mainly north of the Triangle, up and towards the lakes area, where we'll have problems with travel even on Monday morning. Then we get above freezing Monday and things will start improving. And then we go into the deep freeze coming up Tuesday morning. This is when we expect the coldest weather Tuesday morning across southeast Texas. Could be in the low to mid teens up in the lakes, and the mid to upper teens and lower 20s on Tuesday morning. So Monday and Tuesday mornings will be pipe busters. So you'll need to be dripping and turning off your water Sunday night, and Monday night across southeast Texas. So far, everything has been off to the north and west. We are still above freezing. Great news there. As you can see, it's all liquid precipitation just to the other side of Lufkin, back over towards Austin. That is all freezing rain and sleet. Snow up towards Dallas, and particularly over towards Fort Worth. My sister over towards Weatherford is getting snow right now, as you can see. But again, it is all liquid precipitation over southeast Texas at this point. So the longer we stay above freezing, the less ice we will see across southeast Texas. And that may not come into the wee hours of the morning that the lakes start getting down below freezing till we start seeing ice accumulate up that way. So right now, we're kind of getting a break, but that is going to be picking up late tonight and into the wee hours of the morning. Notice the temperatures above freezing, anywhere between about 34 to 37 degrees. The current temperatures over the area, and again, the longer these temperatures stay above freezing, the less ice we will see. But it is brutally cold up towards Wichita Falls, Lubbock, Amarillo, and Abilene, and currently 25 into Austin. Factor in the winds, and it is minus 10 is what it feels into Oklahoma City, minus 14 into Amarillo, minus 3 into Abilene. Feels like 30 into Houston and 18 into College Station. Low pressure along the upper Texas coast is what is going to be moving past us, and once that does, coupled with an upper level disturbance heading in from Mexico, will increase our rain chances once again later tonight, because we are getting that break now. But this is the disturbance that could bring us that freezing rain. It's over towards Old Mexico, embedded within the southwest flow, headed off towards the north and east. This should be arriving by early and mid-mornings coming up tomorrow morning across the East Texas and Southeast Texas. And once that goes by us, then we will turn off the precipitation as we work on into about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, if not sooner, across Southeast Texas. So again, the window is closing for this opportunity to have that freezing rain. We think that maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning it'll commence up in the lakes area, and then everything should be moving out between 8 and 9 a.m. So about 6 hours of precipitation, a wintry precipitation, mainly due to freezing rain, is what we're anticipating at this point, with even fewer hours even here in the Triangle. That may only be about 2 or 3 hours of freezing rain along I-10, with about 6 hours up towards the lakes area. So again, it's all about the temperature, and we want to keep it up. So look at this. There's the ice storm warning across East Texas, back over to northern Louisiana, and also in towards northern Mississippi. And the winter storm warning is impacting all of Texas at this point. But one thing is very interesting. Look how big this storm is, from El Paso all the way up to Caribou, Maine. That is 2,200 miles. So this is a big storm, without a doubt. A lot of winter warnings across the continental U.S. So rain at 9 p.m., and that's what we're seeing right now. Temperatures doing pretty good there on the modeling. As we head towards midnight, we may start getting some ice trying to start. This may be a little fast. It may not be until 1 or 2 in the morning, but that's what it's showing right now. Based on modeling this and what we're seeing in the observations, it's going to be 12, 1, 2 o'clock that we start seeing the ice, particularly up into northern Tyler County and northern Jasper County. We stay with rain. Notice your legend here. Rain here in the Triangle, freezing rain up in towards northern Tyler County, roughly around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, as we head towards 3 a.m., this is starting to make sense. As you see, this is all freezing rain up towards the lakes area. Certainly by 3 a.m., we think that's going to be the case. And that extends back over towards Conroe, Huntsville, Woodville, Jasper, and Burkeville, all seeing freezing rain. Then as we work on into around 5 a.m., it gets closer to I-10, and we think by certainly by 6 to 8 a.m. here in Beaumont, back over towards Orange, is the window for freezing rain. I don't think it's going to go much further south. There's 7 a.m., and you can see the back edge of it is on the way out. So it's a very small, short span that we could see some brief freezing rain along I-10 between Beaumont back over towards Orange, and by 8 a.m. into 9 a.m., it is well long gone. So roughly around 8 a.m., things will be winding down. So if we go from about 1 to 8, That's for the lakes area. That's about 6 or 7 hours there. And it's only about 2 to 3 hours along I-10 with very little over towards Mid-County and Port Arthur tomorrow morning, and may not see anything there at all. So it's really roughly from I-10 with minimal impacts. Other side of Silsbee, then it becomes much more impactful up towards Tyler, northern Jasper, northern Newton counties. And we stay mostly cloudy, may not go above freezing as we head on into tomorrow afternoon in towards the lakes area. I think we'll get just above freezing here in the Triangle, provided we get a little bit of sun tomorrow afternoon, and that's quite possible. So a lot of that will melt, but after that, we're setting the stage for a long duration hard freeze coming up tomorrow night into Monday. So our forecast is for rain changing over to freezing rain after about midnight, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning up towards the lakes area, and it'll progressively move closer towards the Triangle. But this is going to be a small window and small opportunity for freezing rain between Beaumont and back over towards Orange along I-10. That's not the case up towards Tyler, northern Jasper, northern Newton counties, where we expect significant icing up that way. So good chance of rain and freezing rain in the morning, as this will likely be moving out about between 8 and 9 a.m. in the morning. So afternoon highs may just get to freezing in the lakes and just above that in the Triangle. So this is going to be, again, a very small window is what you should glean from this forecast. Otherwise, on our weather impact 7-day forecast, we've got that weather impact alert for tonight through Tuesday morning. The impacts are mainly up in the lakes area with about 1/10 of an inch along I-10, if that, and upwards of about 1/3 of an inch with isolated higher totals up along 190. So this is going to produce a treacherous driving up and towards the lakes area and scattered power outages along Highway 190 between Danby, Woodville, and Jasper coming up as we head towards tomorrow morning. We will continue with that weather impact alert for Monday morning. This will be a pipe buster. These are the wind chills Monday morning into the low to mid teens in the lakes and into the mid to upper teens here in the Triangle. Actual temperatures will likely get into the upper teens lakes and into the low to mid 20s coming up Monday morning across southeast Texas. That's pipe busting weather. You'll need to be taking care of that. And then final hard freeze, long duration hard freeze will come up on Tuesday as we're expecting, well, freezing low temperatures area-wide. Could be the mid-teens, maybe at 13 towards Burkeville, 17 to 18 along I-10 Tuesday morning, and the lower 20s over towards Port Arthur. After that, we're done with the weather impact alert, and we'll see warmer temperatures, but still look at the freezing low temperatures. These are in Beaumont right on through Thursday, perhaps a little warmer as we head towards Friday and Saturday with a scattering of showers as we work on into Friday, but it still remains well below normal as far as temperatures across southeast Texas for the next 7 days. If you're just joining us, let's recap very quickly. There is a small window of freezing rain here in the Triangle. We're talking only to 2 to 3 hours at most, so that is going to limit the amount of freezing rain. More impactful activity will be occurring, and icing, I should say, up towards the lakes area with hard freezes as we work on into Monday and Tuesday mornings. As I said, probably not seeing any freezing rain south of I-10, if at all. But again, it's mainly up towards the lakes area. We'll see the most significant icing up that way with upwards of maybe 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch. Isolated higher totals are possible, particularly up towards Burkeville. Otherwise, the coldest weather of the season is expected. So you can see very little south of I-10, but once you get to the other side of Buna, Kuntz over towards Buna, up towards the lakes area is where we're expecting the most significant icing across southeast Texas, and that's where we expect scattered power outages and treacherous driving coming up on Sunday into Monday. We'll be here watching it tonight and tomorrow morning, so keep it tuned to 12 News Plus and have a good night.